If you're an Amazon seller in the UK, you know the feeling, right? You find an amazing product, you go to list it, and bam, you hit a wall, restricted category. It is so frustrating, but you're not alone, and honestly, it's not a dead end. We're going to walk through the exact steps to get you past that gate and unlock a whole new world for your business. So, does this screen look a little too familiar? That apply to sell button can feel like a big red stop sign. But here's the thing, it's not. Think of it more like a checkpoint. It's just Amazon's way of making sure the whole marketplace stays legit and safe for shoppers. And the best part? It's a checkpoint that you can absolutely get through.
Okay, let's just define what we're talking about here. Getting ungated, it's just the lingo that Amazon sellers use for getting official permission. It's kind of like earning a special license to sell in some of the most protected and often most profitable parts of Amazon. Once you're in, so many more products are suddenly on the table.
So you're probably wondering, why does Amazon even have these gates? It can feel like they're just putting up roadblocks for no reason, but there's actually a really smart strategy behind it. And it all boils down to one thing: protecting the customer. Here's the deal. Amazon is fiercely protective of its reputation. So by restricting certain categories, they can check out sellers and make sure there are no counterfeit goods, that the products are safe, and that customers can trust what they're buying. You know, a marketplace people trust means more buyers, and at the end of the day, that's good for every single seller. And what's really interesting is when you look at this list, you start to see a pattern, don't you? These are all categories where things like safety and authenticity are absolutely critical. I mean, you definitely don't want fake makeup or unsafe toys being sold, and Amazon doesn't either. That's exactly why these are often the first gates you'll run into. All right, let's switch gears and get practical. What do you actually need to have lined up before you even dream of clicking that Apply to Sell button? Trust me, being prepared is half the battle. Think of this as your checklist for success. Now, having a professional seller account and good account health, that's the foundation. But the real key, the most critical piece of this whole puzzle, is that valid invoice. This is your proof, your evidence that you're a real business sourcing your products the right way. And speaking of that invoice, timing is everything. Amazon needs to see that your business is active right now. So any invoice you submit has to show purchases made within the last 180 days. Seriously, anything older than that is almost guaranteed to get rejected. And what about this number? Well, your invoice needs to prove you bought at least 10 units of the item. This isn't really about showing you can sell in huge volumes, it's about proving you have a real ongoing sourcing relationship with a distributor, not that you just made a one-time purchase at a retail store. Now, listen up, because this is one of the biggest mistakes sellers make. That receipt you got from Tesco or Argos when you picked up a few things, yeah, that's not going to cut it. Amazon needs to see a proper official wholesale invoice from a real distributor, and it has to clearly show their business info and yours. Okay, so you've done the prep work, your professional account is good to go, your account health is looking great, and you have that perfect invoice ready. So what now? Let's walk through the actual clicks you'll make inside Seller Central. As you can see, the process itself is actually pretty simple. You just find the product, click to apply, and Amazon will literally tell you exactly what documents they need. You upload everything you've already prepared, and then you wait. If you've got all your ducks in a row, it should be a pretty smooth ride. Now, this is the part where you just have to be a little patient. A simple brand Ungating could get approved in just a few days, but something more complex like health and personal care might take a week or maybe even 2. Pro tip: if Amazon emails you asking for more info, get back to them fast. That's the best way to keep things moving. So at this point, you're kind of at a crossroads. You've got 2 main options. You can take all this information, gather your documents, and tackle this whole process yourself. Or you could work with a service that does this stuff day in and day out. Now, the source for this explainer, OA Beans, highlights both paths. Going the DIY route is awesome if you're super detail-oriented and want to keep costs down. But let's say you've been rejected before, or you just want to make sure it's done right the first time. Well, using a service can give you that expert guidance and really streamline the whole thing. Okay, imagine this. You get that amazing email, congratulations, you're approved. It's a fantastic feeling. But hold on, the job isn't quite done yet. Now, you have to make sure you actually keep those new selling privileges. And this is so important to remember. Getting ungated is really about Amazon trusting you, and you have to keep earning that trust. That means keeping your account health metrics in the green,
giving customers amazing service, and just playing by all of Amazon's rules. Your performance is what keeps those gates open for you.
At the end of the day, getting Ungated isn't just about jumping through some administrative hoops. It's a real strategic move that gives you a massive competitive advantage. You can sell more products, get into less crowded spaces, and really grow your business on Amazon UK. It takes a little precision, but the reward is huge. So the only question left is, which new market are you going to unlock first?